Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Dad's Expensive Hobby.
What's up?
Today we are taking a look at the Storm Arena Son of Ogre Baki Hanma HANAYAMA figure. This is the third release from the Son of Ogre Baki line from Storm Arena, and I'm going to go ahead and say I think this one is probably the best of the three. They may have sorted out some of the major issues that people had with the other two releases, but we'll get into that more here in a minute. But first and foremost, somebody help me pronounce his first name. I've always called him HANAYAMA, but he has a first name and it's like Kararu or something like that. I'll put it on the screen. Somebody tell me down in the comments how to pronounce it. But I gotta say, I like this figure. It is pretty cool. So let's jump right into it, starting with his package like usual. It is a typical Storm Arena package. Nice window on the front there. Really big image of HANAYAMA right there. Takes up some of the window, but it still looks pretty good. And it says his name down there. Somebody help me pronounce it. And on the back, of course, it's plenty of figure images. I really, really like it, especially this right here. And we will talk more about that here in a minute. Very good packaging. Storm Arena never misses when it comes to that. Let's see how tall he is, because I know HANAYAMA is supposed to be 6'3", and to the top of his head, he is almost 6.5 inches tall, which would make the entire figure a little over 16 centimeters, not quite 16.5. Let's stand him next to some other Baki figures real quick from Storm Arena. And I know everybody has complained that they're small, but at 6'3", and Baki's supposed to be 5'6". I think that actually looks pretty good. And here he is with Yujiro. And Yujiro's has been listed at 6'3" and at 6'5", and he's a little bit bigger height-wise than Yujiro. But if you notice in the animation of the show, he is drawn bigger, but he is supposed to be established at 6'3", but they draw him really hulking and big because he is a big dude. At me, he's at 6'3", but I know he's well over 300 pounds, maybe 350. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Here he is with Storm Arena Ken right there, and Ken at 5'9". I will buy that height comparison right there. That looks pretty good. And here he is with Sagat, the best figure in the freaking world. Well, next to the full power Broly from SH Figure Arts. But, 6'3" and 7'5", I think. I'll buy that. I think that looks pretty good. As far as his aesthetic, this is the most unique looking figure that Storm Arena has released, period, because he is a suited figure, as you can tell. And I normally don't like suited figures because normally they don't move good and they're just kind of pieces of crap, but that's probably just a Marvel Legends thing, but that's why I don't collect them anymore. But he looks really nice. I like it. A bit segmented looking in the legs where that thigh swivel is into the legs and then down here, but it still looks pretty good. The shading is fantastic all over the figure, front and back. I absolutely love it. Gorgeous matte finish, but the Storm, collectibles or Storm Arena, either one, never fails in that department. The paint is really solid because this tie is painted. It's either the tie is actually, I think that the purple is painted and it's done pretty good. The purple of the shirt, the gold buttons on the suit look good. Even the ones on the cuffs of the jacket right there look really nice. Again, I've already touched on the shading. The sculpt is really good. I like the sculpt of it. Bit blocky around the waist because when he's shirts off or whatever, he's really ripped and jacked and stuff. So maybe a little blocky and chunky looking around the hips and waist, the hip to waist ratio could possibly be a little bit better, but he's wearing a suit, and really big dudes wearing three-piece suits don't necessarily look super duper aesthetic in a suit. So I'll let that slide. He still looks pretty good. You can see the V taper and stuff like that. His boots, I want to point out his boots really quick. These boots,
I like your boots.
Boots he's wearing look really cool. They're supposed to be I guess snake skin or whatever, and I like it. I think that looks really cool. It's got a nice texture to it, kind of pearlescent look. They've really captured the snake scale kind of look on boots. Pretty cool. They've sculpted them to where they round up at the end. Normally I wouldn't really like that, but boots like that, the tips kind of do that, I guess you could say. So I think they did a good job with it, and it just looks good. The heel on it looks really good and stuff. So I think the looks wise, they've really nailed him. His face looks great. The scars and stuff look fantastic. There's a little bit of shading on the face. I like how he's got like a really small head because he is drawn like that, and really broad shoulders, big neck. Looks really, really nice. Let's dive into his accessories really quick and see how they look. Speaking of accessories, he comes with a nice little spread of them. He comes just like all the other Storm Arena figures with 2 head sculpts. He comes with this serious head on him in the package that you've already been looking at. And we'll go ahead and touch on the glasses that he comes with. And they did a fantastic job with these. These look really good. This is the second figure Storm Arena has done that has glasses, and they really nail it. I love it. And I'll show you some more pictures where he's like holding them and stuff like that. They fit on the head really good. He also comes with this crazy-eyed, screaming, or like teeth-gritting face right here, and it looks fantastic as well. He also comes with 8 hands. He comes with 2 fist hands on him in the package that look really good, and then 6 different little like kind of style pose hands. This one kind of an open hand right here that looks really nice. And then this one right here, I'm going to assume these are for like holding the glasses maybe. And they look really good as well. And of course, this kind of gripping hand right here. And they look nice as well. He also comes with this really good punch effect. This thing is awesome. I really like it. It's just kind of a grayish, kind of clear acrylic kind of plastic, but it's nice and flexible to an extent, but rigid enough. Shaped and sculpted really good. There's a nice little like sculpting down in there for it to really pack his fist in there, and it looks really, really good. And of course, the Storm Arena stand. So for what we're paying for him, that is a very nice spread of stuff. Now for his articulation, let's see what he can do. He's got the neck, of course, and then the head right here. That's on a double ball peg. It will tuck the head, chin, down in the chest really good. He will look up halfway decent. That's not too bad. And of course, it moves all around because it's on that double ball peg. The post on it is a little short. I think they could have gave us just a little bit more length on that, and I think we would have gotten just a little bit more range of motion. But this moves really, really well. I like it a lot. Shoulders will come up a degree or 2 above 90, so I like that. Of course, the full 360, even though like in real life, his arm wouldn't do that because he was in a jacket. Now, his butterflies, or what it kind of is sort of a butterfly, they don't bring his arms across his body as well as I would hope. They do work, and they're not super gappy because of the way this is right here, but I have peeked down in there, and it's like the ball and socket, of course, and then there's like a little hinge that kind of brings it around. So like it will bring the arm across the body, just not like full on like SH Figuarts Goku level where like the arms will cross over or whatever. This side right over here in particular likes to get a little more gappy than the other one, but it will work, brings the arm up and down, front and back. So, if you're wanting to shrug his arms back, you can. Bring them forward, you can. And it all looks good because of the way they've sculpted the little floaty piece that goes in there. Bicep swivel, of course. Double jointed elbow, way past 90, so I'll take that all day long. And I like the look of Storm joints. Some people don't, but I think they look good. Wrists are a ball hinge, so of course you get your rotation, and then they move around back and forth, no big deal. Now up here, he's got an abdominal break, and I'm pretty sure that's a double ball peg in there from the top and bottom, and he will crunch forward pretty decent on it. He'll lean back a little bit on it, and of course you get your your tilt and twist. I can't talk. And this is a separate piece from this right here, which brings me to this right here. Of course, this is all soft plastic, but if the camera is showing it, which I think it is, right there, that is a little piece that kind of buttons together, kind of how Ken and Ryu's gi kind of pops together. So watch that when you're flexing this, because you could undo that, and where this goes up underneath there a little bit, that could be a real pain in the ass to get back into place. So just bear that in mind. Even though this is nice and flexible, they could pop apart, and that could be just irritating trying to put back together. Ball peg down here in the waist, of course, and it moves just fantastically. Nice twist, anything you're wanting to do. Hips, full-on split for the most part, maybe a degree shy of it or whatever, and that's not me even forcing it, so that looks really, really nice. Of course, these are on kind of drop downs, but not really. They don't drop down quite as dramatically as Yujiro and Baki. Front kick wise, not the front kick that you get out of Baki and Yujiro, but it will come up to the waist and a little bit past it. And of course, because soft booty piece, it will kick back. Thigh swivel, that's pretty darn good. Double jointed knee, tons of range, proportions are really good. A lot of people don't like the look of that. It doesn't bother me that bad, but it is there, and I've got to go ahead and let you know about it. Now, down here, he has an ankle swivel right here, and it is on a ball hinge, but the boot will go down a little bit. Not going to come up much because of these pants, the way they come down over the foot. Sorry to tell you.
You get nothing.
You get a little bit of ankle rocker, not a big bunch out or in, but it is there. No peg hole in the bottom of the foot. And the boot that I've said before does look really good. Does have a hinge that I actually like the way they've rounded it. That looks really good, and I actually kind of like the placement of it. It's got a little bit of a step right there, but what are you going to do because of the sole of the boot? But it's nice and tight and will hold the weight of the figure. So maybe not as flexible as the Ujiro or the Baki figures, but this guy moves really well. Final thoughts on Hanayama here. This is a pretty darn good figure. I'm not going to lie. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I think this is probably the best of the three from the Baki line anyway. It seems like they've scaled him up just a little bit, which we've all wanted. Does it necessarily hold true to what the actual heights are? No, because it's got him taller than Ujiro, but it still looks good, and this figure is really nice, and I think he comes with probably the best spread of accessories for all three of the Baki line from Storm Arena. Does he beat out any of the Street Fighter ones? Maybe. He's pretty darn good. This is one of the better releases from Storm Arena, period. I really recommend this guy. I will give this figure, hell, I'll give it an A-. This is a really solid figure, even though it's not my favorite character or anything, or character design. But this is a really solid figure. If you didn't pre-order him, you're gonna kick yourself, because this is a solid figure. Anyways, that's all I've got for this guy. Be sure and like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. And this has been Dad with Dad's Expensive Hobby, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.